You're doing well. Good morning, everybody. 6:30 a.m. on this Wednesday. It's February 12th. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero is here looking at an issue in Hoboken. We have a couple of issues this morning, and Storm Team 4's Maria LaRosa is tracking this weather.
Yeah, for many of us, it's just enough to keep things really tricky this morning, but the accumulating snowfall has wrapped up. So that's some good news there. Just give yourself lots of time. Of course, Adele's going to back me up on that as we look to dry skies, but the roads are not dry. Let's take a look at some of the totals coming into the Weather Center, getting an update on some of the Long Island totals. Sayville, just over 3 inches for you guys. Middle Island, about 3. Babylon, just under 3 inches. Center Moriches, about 2.5, and that's what we find too in East Acadia. I knew I was going to mispronounce that. I apologize. North and west, we've got winter weather advisories posted. This is for tonight's system, just for not only the snowfall, but also that icy mix. We are looking at 32 degrees right now in the city, Massapequa at 32, 30 in White Plains. Blustery east wind right now down the shore with that fresh coat of snow. So today, just mainly gray. Temperatures right about 33 degrees by noontime. Most of the evening drive is dry, but you can see after that next system taking over with that wintry mix. All right, 6:31 right now. Adele, what's going on?
Right now, we're keeping a close eye on Hoboken. Observer highway both ways completely shut down. This is because of a water main break from Garden Street out to Washington Street. This is a main roadway that gets jammed up during rush hour, whether it's morning or evening rush. So you can bet this is going to have an impact on your commute if you live in the area. We'll keep you posted on that. And then 22 both ways also closed. This is because of down power cables from Ridge Road out to County Line Road. 78 or 202 would be your way around it. Darlene, back to you.
Thanks so much, Adele. 6:32
Now we want to check in with Maria at the fun event of getting everyone up for school.
Yes, so fun.
You know, it always goes smoothly.
So fun.
So fun, especially on a day like today when they're like, snow day, delayed opening. No, okay, we got to go. But yeah, the galosh is a good idea. Those snow boots too for some of us. You can see temperatures holding close to or just above freezing. And don't forget that little box of tissues up there too. And wash your hands, kids, with that flu season. All right, we've got more precipitation that may make messy conditions around the neighborhoods tomorrow too. All the timing in the 10-day coming up.
Thank you, Maria. Also ahead and
all available.
For the U.S. team.
Are we?
Yes. Heading out to the roads here in New Jersey, 22 both ways, still shut down by Ridge Road because of down power cables. Coming up in a few minutes, we've got an update for you on that closure coming out of Hoboken. Let's take a live look outside right now, though. Darlene, Michael, we've got delays building inbound at the Holland.
Thank you, Adele. And you can now watch Today in New York at 7 a.m. Live local news continues wherever you stream. News 4. We'll be back.
That wintry weather, guys, but we do have the Winter Olympics in mind. But how about head to the beach right now, a wintry view, Point Pleasant Beach, and look at the flags. That east wind right off the water. One thing we're watching too, some minor coastal flooding for high tides. It's released tomorrow morning, and that includes along the Jersey Shore and around the city, even Connecticut and Long Island. But let's first tackle the snow. You can see a fresh coating on the sand right there. Monmouth and Ocean County, the big winners out of this so far. Tuckerton, over 6 inches of snowfall. Brick, just under 6 inches of snow. Forked River, 5, and about 4.5 from Point Pleasant to Wall Township. The accumulating snow is done with this round, and we're just left with kind of clouds and then messy road conditions. 32 at Central Park and Islip, White Plains at 30, Poughkeepsie at 28 degrees. We're going to see temperatures slowly rise through the day. So this next system, especially north and west, will start as some snow, but temperatures rising through the late night, meaning that will mix to some sleet and then change over to rain by tomorrow morning. So there'll be this icy glaze over some of that snow, which will be on the light side, anywhere from maybe 1 to 2, 3 inches of snowfall, especially farther north and those higher elevations. Rain, though, a chilly rain, upper 30s near 40 degrees through the morning commute tomorrow. And eventually by tomorrow afternoon, we should get some sun to break out. But again, winter weather advisories posted for this next system tonight, north and western New Jersey, Hudson Valley, and Connecticut. And then I want to make sure you're dialed in for this weekend system. This one's looking problematic too. all weekend, really starting early on Saturday, midday into the early afternoon as snow. There is potential to get a bit of snow at the start of this, so we'll keep an eye on that with that mix. And then over to rain. Look at how long we're going to be in that rain, maybe even some rumbles of thunder during the day on Sunday, so not easy. After that, boy, we have a full return to winter in terms of temperatures. So these are the wake-up temperatures for you next week. Teens and 20s, but you're not seeing things. Wind chills in the single digits for a couple mornings next next week. All right, so today we're at 35 degrees, but temperatures will continue to rise. Dry skies from now until about the evening commute, and then temperatures slowly rising into the overnight hours, changing over to a chilly rain for tomorrow morning. Valentine's Day looks great, so if you have plans to be out and about, keep them, go for it. But Saturday night, yeah, that's a different story as our system will be ongoing at that point. Sunday looks pretty rough, a chilly rain with temps in the 40s, and then bone chilling to start next week. We'll be keeping an eye on that Thursday system as it's got a lot of cold air to work with. All right, 6:48 right now. Adele, you've got a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy navigating around this morning. Definitely give yourself plenty of extra time in there, and keep in mind the roadways are slick. Please be careful. 80 eastbound, just as a reminder, all lanes remain shut down here because of that sinkhole from a couple of days ago. Over by exit 34, we've got delays back to 206, or excuse me, back to 46, and then 15 also seeing some slowdowns through there as well. 46 itself or Route 10 would be your way around it. 22 both ways shut down, Ridge Road to County Line Road. This is because of down power cables. If you are heading on to 78 eastbound by exit 41, you've got an accident there. That takes out one lane. All lanes have actually reopened on Observer Highway both ways by Garden Street, so you will be good to go through there. And if you are heading out to JFK Airport, you've got a slow go on the Belt Parkway. Also not a bad idea to call the carrier ahead of time. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, Adele. We do have some breaking news right streaming with us. It's Wednesday, February 12th. I'm Darlene Rodriguez.
I'm Michael Gargiulo. Adelle Caballero watching several commuter alerts today. Storm Before's Maria LaRosa here with a look at today's forecast. We're going in and out of this all.
In and out, yes.
Yeah.
A nice break during the day.
Okay,
So
super.
there you go. But blink and you'll miss it. We're talking maybe less than 12 hours at this point is kind of what we're talking about. But this is what today's going to mostly look like, just gray skies and, of course, that chill in the air. But the accumulating snow is taking a break for now. What you may be looking at a few passing snowflakes from Long Island and down the shore. But otherwise, yeah, those snow totals are pretty impressive. About 1.5 inches in the city, but from Tuckerton, over 6 inches of snowfall. Sayville coming in at just over 3 inches. There's sort of the energy coming with that next one that's moving in tonight. And then, of course, eyes on the weekend. I'll get to that in a minute. But today, count on the gray skies. Temperatures slowly climbing. So we'll be about 34 degrees at 3 p.m., but more like 36, 37 degrees heading into later on tonight. That's when we see some of that snow and that sleet mixing in towards midnight, changing over to rain for most areas by this time tomorrow morning. So more details on that in a bit, but it has been a slow go for obvious reasons, but lots out there, Adele.
Yes, it's not going to be easy getting around today, whether you're heading out to your rails or roads. Let's start things off here with our rails. New Jersey Transit has issued the warning. Whether you're heading out to your trains or your buses, give yourself extra time. You can expect to see delays. PATH trains Journal Square to 33rd Street also seeing slowdowns. As a reminder, Hoboken PATH remains closed for construction until February 25th. And hitting the roads right now, not easy. Route 22, both ways completely shut down. This has been closed pretty much all morning because of down power cables. Ridge Road out to County Line Road. As a reminder, 80 eastbound will also remain closed over by exit 34 because of the road surface collapse. Expect to see delays on 80 and 15 heading into 80 as well. 46 and 10 would be your way around it. Darlene, back to you.
Thank you, Adele. Breaking news.
With rounds and rounds of some snowy weather, Maria.
Yeah, we've had the first round for today move on through, but you can see there's a lot to go here, and we've got one system coming on by tonight into tomorrow, but you can see by tomorrow afternoon some sun in mid-40s, not bad. Valentine's Day looking good, chilly and breezy in the mid-30s, but boy, I got a mess for you for the weekend, timing out that and breaking it down for you coming up in the 10-day.
Thank you.
If you're heading out to the rails right now, your 4 and 5 trains, you can expect to see delays looking ahead to your commute. 3JZA and Rockaway Park Shuttle, expect to see track work. Coming up in a few minutes, we've got an update for you on some road closures, and here's a live look outside right now onto the inbound approach to the Holland. You're watching Today in New York.
Spring soccer weather out there,
really.
Maria.
Not exactly. Yeah, we had quite a bit of winter weather, and the top listing at the top here, parts of Monmouth and Ocean County. Tuckerton, number one on our list so far, 6.2 inches of snowfall. Brick, just under 6 inches. We had about 5 in Forked River and about 4.5 in Point Pleasant and Wall Township. Long Island numbers coming in as well, just over 3 inches in Sayville, Middle Island at 3 inches, just under in Babylon, Center Mauritius at 2.5 inches, and that's what we found in and East Quogue. So as far as the snowfall for this morning, we're done accumulating. Different story later on, but notice who's not in it. South Jersey and Long Island. Winter weather advisories this time around North Jersey, Hudson Valley into Connecticut. Here we're looking at some light accumulating snow, but also an icy glaze that'll accumulate. So sleet and even some freezing rain. This does start, I think, for the Hudson Valley by the tail end of the evening drive. Notice just about everywhere else, I think we'll get the evening commute in without too many issues. But by the time we get to midnight, a lot of areas above freezing and well above freezing. So we're seeing that push into rainfall from Newark and the city, Long Island, and that icy mix from Sussex, Poughkeepsie, and White Plains. Just about everyone above freezing by tomorrow morning's commute. So we're looking at that chilly rainfall. So hopefully not too much of a slowdown for you. In fact, I think by tomorrow afternoon, we'll get some sunshine in here and temperatures will still be going up. We'll end up in the mid 40s. Another mess on our hands for the weekend. So I really want to make sure you're dialed in here because it's going to be messy starting pretty early on Saturday. We think about midday, a decent amount of accumulating snow potential. So a couple of inches of snow, even in the city, then that transition over to mixing with that sleet and freezing rain as we see it right now. The bulk of this system will be rainy, and so that may be heavy at times. Maybe some rumbles of thunder, and that is really through most of Sunday. So travel weather, if you've got plans between a Friday looking good, but the rest of the weekend across the region, pretty tough travel conditions and a decent amount of snow for New England, which is great for ski resorts, but just know by Monday, some New England wind chills will be 30, 40 below. That's what we have in the forecast. So today we're at 35 degrees. The accumulating snow is done. Of course, things pick up later on this evening with temperatures rising into the overnight. 45 for tomorrow once everything exits. Looks good on Friday, but chilly for Valentine's, 35 degrees with a brisk wind. And then with that messy system for the weekend. Look at the numbers early next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, even into Thursday. Temperatures will be only for highs below freezing and then blustery enough for Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. We'll likely see teen and single-digit wind chills. All right, Adele, it has been such a slow go for folks this morning.
Yeah, it's really not easy getting around with whatever your mode of transportation is today. New York Waterway, Haverstraw, Ossining, and Newburgh to Beacon suspended because of the icy waters. If you are heading onto the roadways now, 22 both ways. This has been out there all morning. We've got down power cables. All lanes remain shut down from Ridge Road out to County Line Road. 78 would be your way around it. And if you are heading a little further along here, 80 eastbound, all lanes remain shut down. This is because of the sinkhole, that road surface collapse that happened a couple of days ago. Eastbound over by exit 34, very heavy delays through the area there. 15 southbound, also expect to see a tight ride. 46 or Route 10 would be your alternates. And heading out to JFK Airport, it's going to be a heavy go here. Heading into the airport itself, you also want to call the carrier ahead of time. Darlene, Michael, back to you.
All right.